Sorry about that. Use your strong muscles, Abby.
You need power.
That's what she said.
Come on, give me something. Not a...
There's not a goddamn
Has to be
thing in there.
something around here. The fuck is that? I guess it's down to the surgical suites. Surgery. Great. I hear you. You need power too. Gotta be a generator around here somewhere.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. The animations are really impressive. Like I said, the gameplay is great. Like the gameplay is top notch, man. Like even if we just, oops, if we turn off the visual aid. Like even the gameplay and everything. I mean, if I turned off the slow-mo, it'd be a little nicer too, because it doesn't do that dumb little clock sound.
Had to try. Where did these cables go? Could use Levin here. Or Manny.
Yeah, like if I had to give my overall review of it, I'd give it like a 4 out of 10. Like, it's just the story ruins so much of it that you really don't want to play it, you know? Or I just don't care to play it.
Here goes.
Yeah, the story was the driving force of the first one too. I mean, the gameplay was really good on the first one too. It's literally almost the exact same, to be honest. You're searching for shit, then just blowing up creatures and killing humans too. So you're doing the same thing, but I mean, it still looked good as well. But it's just a shame that the story of the first one is so good, man. Like, it's unbelievably good. Like, man, it's so great.
Shit.
Fuck, I don't have a shit. Why can't I open that? So, the lore on the clickers is basically the whole world got infected, right? And these people start turning into like these zombie type creatures, sort of, like rage inducing a little bit. And as the infection, the humans basically turn into these things called clickers. The more when they don't have a head and they can't see, they're like multiple. It's like multiple years over. It's like over the course of multiple years, and basically they don't have a head anymore. Um, yeah, ridiculous. Anyways, they don't have like a head anymore. They're kind of like the disease is kind of like a plant disease. It kind of turns humans into plants almost, like walking zombie plants. And basically the clickers, when they do that noise, they do all that kind of stuff. Basically they can't see, and they use echolocation to like find out and attack humans and shit. But there's like different levels of the infection. There's like stalkers, which are kind of like a mix between not really a clicker and they can kind of see and hear at the same time. And then you have stalkers, which are like basically fresh new zombies or fresh new clickers that are like that are still kind of human and they can see. They like just got infected over the last like couple days or like maybe within like a year. But the ones that are later on, and then the more infected ones, like the big super like bloater ones and shit like that are real big, those are over the course of like 5 years or something like that. So this infection has been going on for the last 40 years, I think. It started in 2000. In the first game, it was in 2003 is when the infection started, and since then it's been 20, 20, 24 or like 28 years, I think. So, so yeah, it's like so now it's like 2000. Oh, what it would be like 2020, like 7, I guess. But that's pretty much like what the clickers are and the infection and everything. And anyways, in the first game, you end up finding out Ellie, the main character that you're supposed to play in this game, right? You play as Joel in the first one, and Ellie is the girl that you're transporting across America, and you're trying to bring her to these people called the Fireflies. And the main reason you're doing that is because she's immune. She's the only human that's immune to the disease. And so at the very end, spoiler alert for you guys who are watching, but at the very end, Joel makes it to the Fireflies, and they're like, "Hey, we can create a cure. We can make a vaccine out of her brain if we dissect her brain, basically, to figure out why she's immune." And Joel is like, "Well, fuck that, because he just had like a life-changing experience." Well, and also at the beginning of the game, when you play as Joel, his daughter ends up dying in his arms in the very beginning of the game to um, not to the infection, but to a soldier. They're trying to run away. This is like the very beginning of the very first one, and his daughter ends up dying in the very beginning. But anyways, he grows affectionate of Ellie as they travel across America to make it to the Fireflies, and she basically becomes his second daughter. And at the end, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill Ellie to make a vaccine to save millions, to save billions of lives or whatever." And Joel's like, "Well, fuck that. You're not gonna kill her." And he goes in and murders all of the scientists. And this is like gameplay too. You're going in with a shotgun and shit, and you're blasting the fuck out of all the scientists and killing everybody, And then you take her in your arms and you walk out of the Firefly place, and you basically lie to Ellie and say, "Yeah, there was no cure. They couldn't do anything," and all that shit. And then in this one, Abby, who we're playing as right now, the main reason she killed Joel is because we found out that her father was one of the main doctors who um, was going to dissect and kill Ellie, you know, and create a vaccine and create a cure. So Joel technically did do the unforgivable sin, you know. He made the wrong choice, like morally speaking, right? But like as a story, like that's why everyone loved it so much is because it's like, well, he basically said, "Fuck the world. I would rather let Ellie live and everybody else suffer in the world, you know, to that's what made the story so fucking good, you know? It's yeah, it's so conflicting. So it's like yeah, it's just so awesome. So the story was so compelling in the first one, you know? And you're just like, damn, like he's willing to fucking sacrifice the entire world to let Ellie live, you know? Like and then in this one it's just there isn't that there I haven't gotten that feeling where I'm like wow, that's so compelling. Like that's so awesome, you know? Like all I'm doing is just killing people and that's it. Like there's nothing there. So it's just kind of you know they especially in the first one when you play as Joel and Ellie, you don't play as Ellie, you play as Joel the entire game in the first one. But it's like that. But it's like that bond is like so so emotional with all the players, you know, the people who have played The Last of Us, the very first one. Like you're so invested in Joel, you know. I mean, you've played him for over 30 hours and like, you know, you have so much lore and just you just feel with this character. And then just to see him die, you know, with no background context whatsoever and then they say, "Oh, now you get to play as Ellie, or now you get to play as Abby, and now we get to tell you why she killed Joel." And you're just like, it puts such a bad taste in your mouth. You're just like, "No, I don't want to do that." You know, like I would rather have this game have been about more of Joel and Ellie's adventures of you know them going about the rest of the world and stuff like you know I wouldn't mind if Joel had died in the game like you know I'm fine with you killing him off but like you don't just kill him off in the very beginning like you know make it so his death is worth something so his sacrifice is worth something but it's like Naughty Dog just took that concept of the very first story and was just like oh yeah you know him sacrificing um the entire world for Ellie that choice was wrong and we're going to make sure that you know that choice was wrong and it's like you know it's like the game is better off without playing The Last of Us Part 2 like it really is story wise. Like it's it's just so fucking not satisfying. There's nothing I just don't feel anything, you know? I just feel fucking nothing. I just feel empty when I play this game. Like and that's so fucking sad. That's so depressing. Like man. It just fucking gets to me, man. Oh shit. Well, it's time for me to go pick up Cheryl. She just texted me. So, I gotta head out, boys. If you guys want me to, I can leave the stream on, and then when I come back, I can play some more, or I can turn it off, and then it shouldn't take me about 20 minutes to go pick her up from work, and then I'll be back. So, um, it's up to you guys. I can leave it on, or uh, or I can just turn it off, and then you guys can come back. It's up to you. But I've got to head out for 20 minutes. I gotta go pick up my girl. Alrighty. I will turn it off and turn it back on when you get back. Alright. Sounds good. Well, thanks guys for watching. I will be back in about 20 minutes and then we can resume it or and all that stuff. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Sorry, I know there's a lot of flame going on in the game, but I mean, it is what it is. So, alright. Catch you on the flip side. Take care.